We were supposed to hear from the man who has now jumped back into the race for mayor of St. George. Jim Morgan dropped out after questions about him pleading guilty to an arrest for prostitution charge some 30 years ago. Just before the interview, though, a change of heart. Riley Kramer is here with that.
Greg, the race for St. George mayor has been a roller coaster, with Jim Morgan being in and out and back into the competition. 1 week ago, Jim Morgan decided to drop out of the mayor's race after it came out that he had pled guilty to prostitution. Now, interim and incumbent mayor Dustin Yates has some competition.
And obviously now there's a big distinction. One is saying he's a fiscal conservative, and the other guy is saying that he's got things running well and that his opponent is a bad guy.
Political analyst Jim Inkster says Jim Morgan deciding to drop out of the race and then get back in may have been a bad decision.
He made it look bad because that's a long time ago. People make mistakes in life, and we've shown that at politics at the highest levels that we're a forgiving people. So he got out, and now he's running already uphill against a guy who's an incumbent, albeit an appointed one, but has a couple $100,000 to work with, and he's got a lot of Republican big shots in his corner. So it'll be a tough race for Jim Morgan.
Inkster says Yates is the favorite, but you never know. He says it all depends on turnout, which tends to be pretty low for these types of elections. We spoke to Dustin Yates about his campaign and the back and forth.
I think last week at this time we were finding out that he was withdrawing from the race, and last night we found out that he was getting back in, which is fine. You know, I've never shied away from competition. You know, I think healthy competition is great for anything just about, and I think it's extremely healthy for the election process.
Yates says he's been a part of the incorporation of St. George every step of the way and intends to stick around and establish an effective plan of government that's focused on community input and more.
Delivering great services at an efficient cost to the public. I'm focused on laying the groundwork for bringing our schools back to where they need to be. You know, that's why we started St. George in the first place. It was all based off of creating more educational choices for our kids. So that'll be a top priority in the beginning as well.
Morgan agreed to an interview with WAFB, but later backed out, saying he's upset with how other media outlets have reported his situation and added, quote, "My heart is with the citizens of St. George." On March 11th, the St. George Rotary Club will host a forum for both candidates where they'll be asked a series of questions. Greg?